Crucible Arms here at the Desert Tech booth, and we have got Ryan Wells with us. He's going to talk to us about the highly anticipated, much awaited MDR.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you.
Thank you. This is a firearm we're very excited about, MDR, Microdynamic Rifle. I'll give you a little bit about it. It's a multi-caliber system, just like our precision rifles. Yep. Difference being it'll start with a 308, and it'll also do a 5.56.
Okay.
So all I have to do is swap barrel, bolt head, and magwell spacer, and you're doing the different calibers. We also have plans for 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39, and the 6.8 SPC.
Okay.
They'll be released shortly after the initial run. Some unique things about the rifle. Biggest one that catches a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, this is double throwdown secret, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Forward ejection system. You saw me open that little trap door?
Yeah.
First round will kick that open. Rest of rounds will just fall nice and even.
Cameraman here's a lefty, so he says thank you very much. That works.
So even if you're running a lefty, brass will kick out nice lazy arc. Even if you do very exaggerated,
okay,
you still have
tight.
So it is ambi. All of the controls on this are 100% ambidextrous. You have the magazine release on either side. Doesn't matter which way you push from. And we added a secondary magazine release back here.
Gee, where have I seen that before?
Yeah. So if I push the front one, you can see the second one.
Oh, cool. Okay, so they're actually tied together.
And the intent was, there are a lot of bull-pup shooters out there who, under stress, under panic, don't really resort to their muscle memory. So they'll come back here, strip it out. Also, if you have, say, a mag failure, where the weld split and it flies out, you can still be able to get the leverage, yank that
rip
sucker
it out. Yep.
Absolutely. And it will take standard GI mags, P mags, Lancers, all the industry standard ones, SR25s for the 308. The charging handle is a little interesting. We were worried about non-intentional reciprocation due to dirt and grime and gunk getting in there, so we made a little lock. So you can see that it actually locks up in an upward position. So there's zero chance of reciprocation. You push down, pull the rear, you can lift up, and see that little guy lock in there. So it's just like an MP5.
Yeah.
To do your chamber check, you would pull back on this lever and it would open up and it would reveal the entire chamber.
Okay.
We can't do it now because there's some proprietary stuff in there. But maybe next SHOT Show we'll be able to throw that out. The trigger though, it is going to be commercially available in a semi, and then we'll do a select fire for departmental. Yep. So actually, I've tried the trigger all day.
Well, and I was playing with it. It's a very, very sweet trigger for. I mean, bullpups are notorious for having horrible triggers, and this is. I mean, it's right there. You know, there's no. I didn't try the reset.
The reset on this one is disabled.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. All right, yeah, but it's really crisp, really tight. It's probably the best bullpup trigger, and I've spent some money on bullpup triggers. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're very nice, but this is great. Yeah, we wanted it's a two-stage match. Is what we're calling it. Yeah. And on now, is that adjustable? At this time, not adjustable. Okay. But we're still not in production yet, so there's always time. We're looking at different options. Sooner or later, you got to shoot the engineer and release the product. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The forearm, it is a short gas piston system, and there's a gas regulator. You can see it on the short version. Okay. So it has 4 settings: standard, suppressed, then you get over into hot load, and then dirty. Okay. So you have all the. Just there ain't no more. Yeah. Exactly. To adjust that on the standard forearm, you would actually pull down on these 2 levers on either side, and the forearm would kind of sandwich open, and you'd be able to adjust your regulator, close it back up. So it just hinges. Exactly. Exactly. But, this is the standard setting. It is a 16-inch 308 in this variant, so this counts as a rifle. Yeah. Not an SBR. Right. Then what we did is we paired up with OSS Suppressors and came out with an integrated suppression system. A larger forearm to have a little more grip, but this still is a 16-inch 308. To the shooter's ear, the decibel level is going to be 132 with this setup. Okay. Then you can release. Pull the innards out. Actually, this is just an extra. Oh, okay. That's the actual suppressor. This is an addition. Right. Set that up there for now. So with this, you're going to be about 138 decibels. But still, the overall length is short enough that very manageable, can be deployed from a vehicle or in an urban environment, or even from the back of your pickup truck to drop an animal. Yep. So, and then
One thing my girlfriend likes is its compactness. She's held this once.
Yeah.
And she really enjoyed how she could shoulder it, and she was like, oh, I like this.
My wife loves the Bull-Pup. It's not this one because this isn't out yet, obviously,
Yep.
but she loves, she shoots AR, but she's a big fan of Bull-Pups as well.
Absolutely. They're great. And then we have, pull this one down. Other barrel length is 10.5 inches. This is a direct thread-on suppressor from OSS. But we developed these little thumb flares to mimic like as if you were shooting a pistol. You can see better that way.
Get right on.
Essentially the same grip as if I was shooting a pistol.
Yep.
This way it's contained, nice and short. But yeah, our goal is to swap calibers in under a minute. And it is a return to zero system, just like our precision rifles.
Okay.
So you could mark your data, adjust, you're good to go.
Okay. What's it take to swap barrels and bolts?
I can show you on this one a little easier. You would pop this takedown pin in the rear.
Yep.
Then there is one in the middle. You'd pop that one out, and then it can pivot on this one, and it would open up. Take the bolt carrier group out,
All right.
remove the bolt head.
Yeah. All right.
Change the bolt head. Then on this side, that will unlock the barrel, and these 3 bolts are the torque bolts that actually grip the barrel. So you release those about a turn that, barrel slides out the front.
Okay.
Then you would insert a magwell spacer to seat the correct magazine size for whatever caliber. Put your barrel in, lock it, take your bolt carrier group, put that back in, close it up, secure it so it's in battery, torque it down, head spacing's good, and you're done.
Okay. All right.
So one tool to swap it all out.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, we are excited. Price point on this has yet to be determined. We did release a price last year, but we had to step back from it a little bit because we were looking at different materials to lighten it up. Right now it's about 7.5. We're hoping to get it lighter.
Okay, yeah, I was also saying, I mean, not that it's heavy by any means, but yeah, it's got a little heft to it, and that's not all bad, but yeah, lighter's usually always better, and the more you can keep back here, the better.
Exactly. Even under full auto with 308, it's still very manageable to control the muzzle.
Okay, cool. And you are looking at, based on what we were hearing, you are looking probably late this year for the introduction?
Late this year, maybe a little sooner if things work out. We always want to plan for the worst.
Well, I was in the automotive industry for 20 years.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm very used to, well, we used to do everything in quarters. That way you didn't get fourth quarter, maybe first quarter. Yeah. Well, now you got 6 months.
Exactly. We want to make sure we do it right out the gate.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to show us while we're here?
Well, we also have this year. This is our SRS-A1 chassis system, precision rifle bolt action. 7 calibers, return to zero. Everything from a 338 Lapua Magnum down to 260, 308, and some of the 6.5 Creedmoors, 300 Win Mag. This year we added a 10-round magazine.
Oh, okay.
So it was a 6-rounder,
Yep.
but we had enough interest because they said we need a 10-rounder for the competition. All right, competition guys, you're good to go. This one also has our integrated monopod system.
Yeah.
So it's it actually has your gross adjustment. It's all spring loaded.
Okay.
The thing I really like about it is when you're doing your fine adjustment, the foot stays stationary.
That is nice. Yeah. So you're not grinding on anything, or
you're not going to shift you left or right unintentionally.
Yep.
It's just all about the vertical.
That's nice.
Yep. The swap calibers on this one's actually a little easier. Turn that from lock to unlock. Then you would remove the butt
the butt pad comes off.
Just like, give it a pump. There we go.
Just that easy. Yep.
Just that easy. Bolt comes out.
Comes off. Yep.
Then you would untorque each one for these bolts about a full turn. Barrel slides out the front. Slide the new barrel in, lock it, put your bolt in, torque it down, add the butt pad, and you're done. It would just be that first.
I know Tim Harmson loves his. It's,
Absolutely.
That is a very, very nice setup.
Yep. We also paired with Collis Scopes and did our own custom reticle called the AMR.
Oh, and what does that do when it does?
It's an advanced milling reticle. It's all in mills. It has a grid drop system, 1 mil squares with 0.2 mil dots.
Okay.
There's enough there that it gives you holdovers and impact shift. You can do follow-up shots very, very quickly, but there's not so much that
doesn't clutter everything up for you?
Exactly. You're
Okay.
not going to be obscuring the target.
Okay.
But yeah, we paired up with them because oldest scope company in the world, and they let us design the reticle.
Nice. Nice.
And we also have some new stuff this year.
Yeah.
This is the Elite Iron 375 Chi-Tac suppressor. It threads directly onto our muzzle brakes, so if you need to run a suppressed 375 and push out 1.5 miles, this will really help you accomplish that. Just threads directly on over.
Is that available?
It is.
Okay.
Yep. We went to Elite Iron because they're arguably the best big bore suppressor company out there. And why reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, no, I understand. Stick with what you know and work with good people.
Exactly.
Yep.
They've been fantastic working.
Cool.
We also have our own suppressor line for the 338 Lapua Magnum. And we also have a 30 caliber can. The 30 caliber can will work with everything 300 Win Mag and smaller.
Okay. All right.
So there are a lot of guys who just get one 338 Lapua Magnum, run it on everything.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
And then our last thing we have is the R7S Chassis system.
I was looking at that. Let's take a look. So show us the chassis.
All right. This is the R7S Chassis system, Remington 700 short action.
Yep.
What we designed here was something where you could drop a 700 action short into it, and it would take a few minutes, 2 bolts, no bedding.
Okay.
And it will handle the oversized barrel lug, and you have your first and second bolt, and it is right or left-handed.
Sweet.
So it doesn't matter which one you go. We also did an oversized cut on the magwell, so you can still insert magazines in the prone, rock it right in.
Okay.
And it will take any kind of standard AI comparable magazine.
Right. Okay.
Good 5 rounds. Nothing.
But here comes the really cool part.
This is the part that gets everyone excited.
Yeah.
So it has a collapsing stock system, and it's magnetically held in place. So you don't have to worry about buttons or tabs or anything. Grab and go. It will actually trap the bolt handle in the stock, and we had some end users who were saying, well, worst case scenario, they need to be able to use a firearm with the shot, and this way they can't. They can only get one shot. So we said, okay, well then let's make it ambi.
Remember I said there was a cool part? Yeah.
So it can go right or left hand side, depending on.
Leave your bolt accessible.
Yeah, exactly. Runs it in there, and then to straighten it out, you just line it up.
So my guess is, I mean, you had to, in order to be able to get all that movement in it and not have it move when you get it back to here, I mean, that had to be the trick, right?
That is a serious trick. This is actually the production-ready prototype is what we're calling it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The components will be anodized. Right now they're painted, so that paint is making it just a tiny bit of wiggle.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just the nature of the beast. So the production-ready ones, solid as a rock is what they're telling us. The other great thing is the cheek riser. Everyone has cheek risers. But this one, you could get your sight picture, okay, have a good sight picture, push the button, and it comes up and meets you.
Okay, so it'll stop wherever you stop it.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's just spring, I should say just spring loaded, but it's spring loaded. Yeah.
And then we also have the extendable butt system. So whatever you're going to need it at, it is have some a little bit of tension in there too. It does have a sling attachment point. There and up there and there. And this uses the same forearm as our SRS. Just slightly refined a little bit. We took off the excess rail on the top. So you can still get rail segments if you want to run any of the other accessories. But
whether you should or shouldn't, people are going to hang stuff off of it. Exactly.
That's why we run it slick to begin with.
Yeah.
But overall weight, you're looking at 3¼ pounds.
That's impressive. That really is
That's
impressive.
the part that we're excited about. Cause
is that coming through on the camera? I don't know. It's very, very light, I can tell you.
You get a lot of hunters who say, I'm lugging this thing over miles. I don't want a 10, 15-pound chassis. It's great for bench rest, but when I want to go out and drop an elk, not the same. And it will also take standard AR-15 magazine or pistol grips.
Grips? Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
That is slick. That's very exciting. Do you have an MSRP on this?
It's going to retail for $892.
Okay.
And the monopod option is an extra charge of $350. You can get it with or without, but it's the same monopod that we use
as on the other one?
Exactly.
Okay. So again, you don't get any movement on the end.
Yeah. And you can add it later.
Sweet.
It's very, very simple to install. Screws right in. Good to go.
If you're going to spend the money, spend the money.
Exactly.
Don't mess around. All right.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, thank you very much. You've been very kind with your time. These guys have been very patient with us here at the booth. They've got a lot of traffic. There's good reason that they've got a lot of traffic. They've got great stuff here. We appreciate your time. Good luck in the upcoming year.
Thank you much.
We'll see you at the range.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, thank you.
All right.